Over the last NBA draft, Arkansas has had Anthony Black, Nick Smith Jr., and Jordan Walsh all drafted and performed well in NBA Summer League. Now there's a question surrounding Eric Musselman's program. Who will be the next great guard drafted out of Fayetteville? Well, even before he signed his name to the dotted line, Arkansas fans were immediately talking about their excitement surrounding Little Rock native Layden Blocker. But with an already loaded backcourt stacked with versatility, how will Blocker stand out on this solid Arkansas team? Hi, I'm David from Hoops Southbound, bringing you another installment of the Freshman 15 series. Today, we're taking a look at Arkansas's Layden Blocker. Now, let's get into it.
Simmons explodes to the goal. John Wall hits hyperspeed.
Anthony Black with the flush.
We are excited to officially add Layden to our Razorback family, Eric Musselman said. He is a player who has continued to improve his game and has tremendous upside. Layden is a tenacious defender and versatile floor general. He comes from a well-coached program and has experience competing against some of the best young players in the country. Blocker has had a variety of assessments of his talent, but the consensus is that Blocker is a 4-star prospect according to 24/7. Blocker is the number 55 freshman in the nation, the number 10 point guard, and the number 3 player from the state of Kansas. Layden Blocker is the 7th highest high school prospect Arkansas has signed, according to ESPN. Blocker was one of 50 players named to the 2023 Jersey Mike's Naismith Boys High School Player of the Year watch list. Blocker is a winner, helping his high school team reach the semifinals in the Geico High School Nationals. Before moving to Kansas, Blocker played at Little Rock Christian as a sophomore, where he averaged 20 points a game, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, and 2 steals per game. Adam Finkelstein of 24/7 Sports expects Blocker to be a starter at the Power 5 level. He remarks how impressed he is with Blocker's athleticism. Blocker is an athletic guard who is dynamic in the open floor. He has tremendous end-to-end speed with the basketball and is capable of creating tempo like few others in open court. He further notes Blocker's ability with his left hand and his vertical. Finkelstein says that he does have some concern about Blocker's three-point shooting. Quote, "He's not a natural outside scorer, but is selective picking his spots, and able to knock down enough open rhythm shots to keep defenders honest." He further notes that even as a smaller sized player at 6'2", Blocker is a good rebounding guard and also a definite playmaker on the defensive end of the floor. Kent Smith of All Hogs Sports calls Layden Blocker a thinner Ricky Council without the definite signs of a mid-range game. Smith notes that Blocker is highly aggressive on dribble penetration and has excellent defensive skills. Smith further explains, "The only elephant in the room when it comes to Blocker's numerous highlight reels is a glaring omission of the ability to stop and bury a pull-up jumper off the drive." Physically, Blocker stands 6'2". He's 175 pounds with lightning quick speed. He's an absolute blur getting downhill to the rim, and he has a ton of explosive qualities and bounce. That says there are some concerns about the size. On offense, the 3 ball is something Arkansas fans were really hoping to get this offseason after the floor spacing issues last year. That said, Blocker may not be the answer here. This is probably one of the most confusing things about Blocker's game. He's unfortunately not a knockdown 3-point shooter according to scouts, but don't expect a ton of bricks because one of the odd things is that Blocker is not a volume shooter and rather attacks at the rim or is very selective from deep. Here's the kicker though. Blocker shot 41% from 3 at Sunrise Academy. So there's a question on if this is an unwillingness thing or a confidence issue. All that said, Blocker is a leader on the court and shows a willingness to facilitate. Blocker plays his best basketball off the pick and roll, but there is some concern around Blocker's decision-making ability as it can end up being straight line at times. That said, he is a relentless attacker and makes decisions quickly. Now on defense, scouts really like the upside for Blocker. He has tremendous instincts on defense. He averaged over 2 steals per game as a junior. He has a knack for reading the eyes and intentions of his opponents, allowing him to be a true menace in passing lanes and as a help side defender on dribble penetration. Interestingly enough, Blocker talked about developing his game in his recruitment, saying in an interview at KARK in Little Rock, "What set Arkansas apart when I went on a visit, they showed me this chart of things I could get better at and things I need to work on. They said they would help me work on that. Once I saw that in-depth chart, I knew this was the place. Further, Blocker sat down with Fox 16 in Little Rock and talked about his preparation for the next season. The staff believed in me no matter me going to Kansas, they were still recruiting me the same, Blocker said. I really enjoyed my time playing at Sunrise Christian for those last 2 years. I'd say it really prepared me for the next level because everything we do there simulates to college. I feel like once I step foot on campus, I'll be ready. They play fast, and that's how I like to play, Blocker said. They play together. It's not all one person running the show. They all chip in and play hard and be aggressive. I just have the mindset to score and do whatever to help my team win. Head coach Eric Musselman comments further on his incoming freshman, saying, Layden has a really mature approach on how he conducts. I don't know if I've ever been around a player his age who comes in pre-practice and goes to the weight room and starts stretching and getting himself mentally ready to practice. Right now, NBA Draft Room has placed some speculation on Blocker's NBA future. They expect that Blocker is a possible first-round pick in the 2024 NBA Draft or 2025 NBA Draft. Some of that may be a speculation on how much of an impact Blocker can make in his first season at Arkansas. Blocker is going to have a host of guards to compete with to get on the floor his first year in Arkansas. He's going to have 4 seniors or graduate guards he's going to be working with in Fayetteville his first year. Returning senior Devo Davis is likely to be the starting point guard, but Devo does have the ability to be moved to the wing spot as well. How Muss manages all these talented guards will be a challenge, but a good challenge for the Hogs next season. So questions for Layden Blocker coming in this season. First off, can Blocker channel his inner Moses Moody and take his 4-star, fringe 5-star abilities and turn himself into an NBA lottery pick or first-round pick? I think there's a ton of potential for Blocker at the next level. He is in a good position to get drafted, and Arkansas has produced guards for the NBA under Musselman regularly. So yes, if Blocker can show an improvement in his 3-point shot and can regularly find his way into the game, I think if Blocker can do these things, scouts will take notice and we can see him become a one and done. Second, can Blocker develop his offense to increase Arkansas's floor spacing this season? Something that the Hogs kind of had a problem with last year. Well, we've heard from Muss talk about Blocker's work ethic, and we've heard from Blocker himself. So the things that's going to limit Blocker is going to be himself. If he can develop his 3-ball and make that 41% shooting from 3 a regular occurrence for the Hogs, it should help the floor spacing quite a bit. Now, the final question for Layden Blocker is the obvious one. Can Blocker raise his game enough to get on the floor regularly with a roster that is congested with guard talent? Let's be real, this Hog team has a loaded and experienced backcourt, and Blocker may have a tougher time finding the court than his freshman counterpart, Bay Fall. But one of the things I've been noticing about these different guards for the Hogs is the versatility of what they do. Blocker's no exception. He's fast, has an attack-first mentality, and is willing to facilitate to his teammates. He's different from the other guards, just like their individual games are different from his. As long as Blocker's defense is where it needs to be, I don't think there's a coach in America that's not going to put someone with speed and attacking abilities on the floor, especially on a team that can bring different waves of solid guard play. Overall, Layden Blocker is an exciting prospect for this Razorback team and will be fun to watch on how he's utilized this year. Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked this video, again, please like and subscribe to the channel. Next time, Maddie is back talking about Alabama's Jaron Stevenson, and also check out our regular show Tuesday mornings here and on Variety Sports.